Hello, salutations, greetings. My name is Margie. I'm a Heyoka empath. That would be a Heyoka empath. If you don't know what the Heyoka empath is, go look it up. There. People don't spend very much time looking stuff up. They see something, okay, that's good. We'll call it true. It must be on the interwebs. It must be true. Truth. Truth is a funny word. See, I always figured truth has a vibration attached to it. Because I'm an empath. I'm a Heyoka empath. Truth has a vibration, so whenever I meet anybody, I encounter anybody in this 3D reality, and we exchange words, sounds, vibrations that mean certain things, that we create. So when we say these things, there's a vibration that holds that the person that you're engaging with is being truthful, or if they're a fucking liar. Yeah. And most people are fucking liars. More than 51%. More than 51%. Living lives for outward pleasures. And there's no spirit in that. And on that note, I'd like to let folks know that God is in this room, that I recognize God as my higher power that I plug into. See, I pray to God every day. I ask God for guidance. I ask God to take any fears that I might have. I talk to God constantly all the time. And then I meditate, and then I receive data. I receive data in meditate state. It's cooperation is nature's way. This whole controlling paradigm. I was just listening to Paul Butler, and he was talking about the newest timeline shift that he's feeling. He gets to travel all over the place. He's just driving around, looking at stuff, taking pictures, and I want to do that one day, but I can't do that right now. So I just try and just think about the times when I did get to wander out and go look at all the pictures that I've taken when I had that opportunity. But now is the time to stay within. I'm getting the plan ready, and then boom, I'll be blasted on to the next dimension, whatever the next dimension is. So, just trying to stay the right size, be in the present moment, because if I'm not in the present moment, I can get, people like that term salty. I can get salty in a freaking gash wound. Okay? So, careful. Careful. You don't know whose timeline is in what when you're trying to tell them stuff sometimes, Like, I haven't been really warm, and I woke up and it was a message that I got yesterday, and it was just like a hey, hey, heads up. And I'm like, don't fucking tell me. I address this all the time when I set the timers on these. It's an ish, okay? This ain't my priority. I got a life. Yeah, I do, believe it or not. And one day, maybe I'll do these every day. Maybe. Maybe I'll do them once a week. Maybe, because I already got like over 1,100 videos and nobody fucking really watches those anyway, I'll quit doing them altogether, and then people can just go back into the good old days. Yeah, because we don't know, because there's a possibility for everything, right? We don't know how it's going to go. Maybe I'll end this transmission and never do another talk again and just freaking go live on a hill someplace and nobody will ever hear from me. Maybe. I don't live for other people, man. Ever. Never have. That's why it's taken almost 4 years and I still don't even have 900 fucking subscribers, because people don't want truth. But they do now. They didn't, but they weren't ready for it, because they live in these little holes where they put their heads and they bury their heads in the sand. And under there they say things like, "That's not real," or "I work for my insurance," or whatever freaking bullshit narrative they want to tell them. I don't care what bullshit narrative people. I told myself my own bullshit narratives. I worked in corporate America. I was in the military. I worked for all this shit because that's what responsible human beings do. You have to be a productive member of society. And then what I found out is, no, you don't. No, you don't. Because the people that make up rules, they don't fucking follow rules. As demonstrated by the email releases of HCR. Yeah, HCR, they released the emails and stuff. You know, she's a dirty bitch. Okay? She's been a dirty bitch for a long time. You know, if the justice has prevailed as the justice system set it up, she would have been freaking executed a long time ago. But because people have money and power and they're playing freaking chess with Satan and our lives are the pawn, this is the world we get. All of it. We get all of this. Because every single one of us has been more selfish than not in more areas in our life. That's it. Not because they're a jerk, not because they're not helping, because we inside have been a culprit more than we have not. We have hindered more than we have helped. And now we collectively get to live in a porta potty until people start pulling themselves out of their own shit. Nobody's going to save you. Nobody's going to make you healthy. Nobody's going to make you younger. Nobody's going to make me skinnier. I need to say me. Nobody's going to make me, nobody's going to make me feel complete. Nobody's going to make me better looking. Nobody's going to do all of these things. Joy, happiness, your connection with Spirit God is an inside job. That's all there is. That's it. That's it. And people don't want to be accountable. They don't. They hate being accountable. I don't like being accountable. I don't like knowing that in every situation that I get freaking annoyed or ticked off or pissed off or have justifiable anger or anything like that, that I am always the fucking problem. It's my responsibility. It's me. It's always on me. It's nobody else's. Even the man that raped me when I was a 10-month-old baby. Even the kids that freaking molested me while my brother watched and then said, just keep your mouth closed. Just shut up. Just my whole life people have said, blah, blah, shut up. You be somebody else that I want you to be because it makes me comfortable. Because if you act like that and you're good, then all those ugly, nasty things in the world and people eating and freaking, all this nefariousness that's been going on is okay. It doesn't exist. So if people omit me and people like me that have had these life experiences and just ignore them and they'll go away. But guess what? There's so many of us, we ain't going away. We ain't going away. And we're going to if you don't want to remember, then go freaking die off in a hole someplace. If you don't want to deal with your hurts and your pains, and you just want to contribute to the behavior that is creating toxins on this society and in this earth, go freaking drink yourself to death. Go do whatever you got to do to alleviate your pain, but don't put your burden on other people. We don't get to put our burdens on other people, and people think that they do. And you're going to quickly figure out before this year is up that you don't, because there's universal laws, y'all. Universal God laws. Don't be a dick. Don't go fucking everybody and doing a bunch of freaking slutty shit. Be good to people. Treat people as good as you want them to treat you. It's basic. It's like freaking elementary. And people are like, I want to be a billionaire. It's counterproductive. And there's no spirit in that. We are alchemy. Every person is alchemy. We are fire, that is the spark that makes our heart beat. We are, like the earth, 70% water, 30% mass. With those three things, it creates a system that we take in oxygen. Oxygen comes in through our lungs, it goes in through the little receptors. It is divvied out into your blood, carried to your organs, so that they remain optimally healthy. People consume shit every fucking day that ruins that system. It puts them in a low vibrational frequency. They feel bad. And then go out and take it on every other person out there because they feel bad. Go walk around the block, Put the spoon down. Do whatever you got to do to get your heart rate up. That burns calories. Lose the weight. Then you feel good and you don't have to be a dick to everybody else. But you know, people want the easier, softer way. So what do? They eat a pill. They freaking scare a kid. Stick their freaking... Dude, I had an instance. I know this stuff is real because I had an adrenaline gland. I had a gland that was freaking full. Because I was so stressed out when I was a kid. Because of things that are happening to me. And they freaking put a direct line in and freaking... It's like a tap. And they're all related to the Canaanites. That bloodline. Yeah, it's all history, man. It's all right there. See, the thing of it is I got duped too because the nefarious wanted to disprove the Bible. Okay, but I looked deeper and I found the people that are like me with the same heart space as me, that freaking, these are the parts that are true. And I was just like, oh my goodness, it's not a bedtime story. And I've said in many videos in my history, there's just a bedtime story. It's just stories made up by people. Well, yeah, but there's a lot of people. When you read it, you know what rings true. What is true for you. And what is true for you might not be true for your mom or your sister or your husband or your dog or whoever. You know? It might not be true for everybody because everybody has a different path. I read a book. I read a paragraph in a book and I can tell somebody this is what I got out of this paragraph. Anybody else can read the same paragraph, you tell them, and it's not going to be the same thing verbatim because everybody is having a different perception. The book has different words for everybody. It's based on the recipient. That is my understanding, is how we live in a matrix because everything is different for everyone, contingent on their vibe. So, we are all alchemy. Some of the great, that's why they do all this shit. Is they want the secrets. They don't know love. They can't feel love. But terror gets them all freaking horny. Fear, dominance. So, ecstasy, elation, chasing O's, orgasm, body sensation release. That's the next best thing to them. So now we have a war for perverts. And 75-year-old, why is a 75-year-old woman, why is that freaking cool that she's gets, naked in Playboy? In Playboy, they have tunnels under the mansions, and they had all kinds of kids and stuff in and out of there because, the dignitaries and the important people, they like to feel like big men, and the smaller the people, well, the bigger they feel. Smaller the hole. Because they're fucking disgusting. Yeah. Yeah, and these are all the truths that are coming out. This is all because vibration is of planets raising, and people got to get through the truth so they can deal with their pain so we can get on to the next dimension, and to the next new earth. So it would behoove people to learn how to fucking soothe yourselves. Yeah, soothe yourself. Get close to God. Not a God, because there's plenty of God. There's like 500 gods. Well, which one's at the top of your pyramid? Because we know what's at the top of a lot of people's. Beyonce, Hanks. They're all Epsteins, man. They're all related to the same evil, dark, Luciferi tale theater. Every single one of them. And when you buy their shit, you buy their shit. You co-sign what they are all about. You were co-signing for Satan. And everybody does it. Everybody does it, and who they were doesn't necessarily, who they were when you had, because there's a lot of people in my shuffle that I'm like, oh, I have that one song, but like, I got a Beyonce song when she was Destiny's Child, and then it's just, I never really liked her. And I fucking hate Jay-Z. And then he's hanging out with Marina, and it's just like, oh my God, and then Disney. It grooms people to be fucking slut cum dumpsters. That's what it does. It's freaking weird. And people buy into it and take their kids there. And then the military-industrial complex. It went from something that protected our country, that we hold dear and love, and people made it into a freaking seedy, profiting, disgusting grossness mess. Because evil exists because people allow it. They allow it. They don't accept God as their savior. They don't take God as they think they're running the show. I did it myself for years. I thought I was running the show. It was my ego. I got this. And I went far, and I did far, and I did things. And then when I was moved out here 4 years ago and I was made to get quiet, I had to think about all the stuff that I got. I got this. And all the karma that it was tied to it. It's hard to look at. And then I gotta look at that stuff, and then I'm like, I can't live that way anymore. I can't do anything related to those behaviors anymore. And that is difficult for me to do, because I get my way when I'm a dick, see? That's why people are a dick. It's because they get their way. All you got to do is make people feel bad, prey on their emotion. And manipulating people is the easy part. Not doing it and living from your heart, that's the hard part. But nobody wants to do that. Because it's just more fun to go out and freaking piss away money on stupid shit. Yeah. So, we are all alchemy. We are all fire, earth, water. And and that's what, like, I read like a paragraph last night. I'll do that this morning. It was late. I'm gonna finish it this morning. I've like 8 pages left. I've had 8 pages left for years. For like 3 years, 2 years. A long time. And so in alchemy, I remember watching Lodge 49. Is that the alchemists believe that if you take earth, water, you can make gold. And people do all kinds of weird ways, scientific experiments to make that work, And the thing of it here's my spiritual baseline is this. If you have to take the essence of a human being to put yourself in better standing, any kind of essence, physical, emotional, spiritual, there's no spirit in that. So you don't get to do that. And, well, that's not fun. Because people like to chase sensation and live for, now, or live for, what makes them feel good and now. But everything, when people do it it's the cheater's way. People got to think about the tomorrows if there's going to be one, Maybe there is, maybe there not, but you got to plan for it. We all have sight. We all have light. We all have shadow. Free will of choice. Really feel like it's where people are living the most from. And people are stepping from their shadow, rectifying their shadows, and they're stepping into the light. It's just people are like, want this stuff to happen. I'm like, dude, they can't even handle it as it is. So if people get the whole society gets the Band-Aid torn off, that's gonna freaking cause problems. There's not enough professionals, that read books that have never had life experience. I love these psychologists, psychiatrists, these shrinks. You ain't never fucking seen a scary shit in your life, but you read a bunch of books about it. And then you're gonna go teach people how to talk through and walk through all this scary shit that they've actually seen. It's a fucking smack in the face, man. It's insulting. So, what I realized is all the anger that I've had has always been me fighting against myself. Of like getting up and doing something, but I don't want to do what I'm having to do. And I'm so mad about it. And how many I had to deal with it my whole life. People, I love you because you're my daughter. I got that I love you because we're related. I got that my whole entire life. I love you, but. Always been that. But fucking negates. People have their own grammar and what they own learn and stuff, but I am, however, I'm one of those that pays attention to the but. Because when people say but, it fucking negates everything before the comma. And it's just like, you're a freaking nigger, please. Renege. They renege. I'm gonna say something nice, and then I'm gonna freaking decimate you with my assholeness. You coming in? It's alright, I'm just talking. just talking. Take it easy. It's okay. Come on over. Come on over, Artie Pants. Today's still Artie Pants Day. After yesterday was Artie Pants Gotcha Day, and then today is the next day. But we're still happy in today, huh, Beanie? You ready to give you bites? You ready to give you bites? No. What's your being stingy? What's your being stingy? Not helping. Come on, get up. That's how little dogs get hurt. Come on, let's finish our. You got goop. Clean out your eye. Come on. Come here. Good boy. Come on. Say hi. Say hi, Beano. Say hi, Beanie. He's been a good dog, and he's smart, and he's funny, and he's very smart, and he's funny. And then he's a good boy. That's a good dog. Oh, that's a Zinny Beanie. Zinny Beanie got a pointy lip. Beanie got a pointy lip. Oh, buddy. Oh, bud. What's a bud? You feel like somebody in the room? You feel their vibe in there? Should we see who's in the talkie room? Huh? Let's just finish our talk first, and then we'll see who's in the talkie room. That's a good dog. There's a Frissy in her bed. You're playing playful. Fighting against myself. So what I did is I freaking, every time when I start getting mad about stuff, I have to ask myself, why am I getting mad? Why am I uneasy? Am I uneasy about something now? Or am I thinking about something that happened before? Or am I worried about something that hasn't happened yet? All of the above. It's a freaking spot check, man. I gotta spot check in. I gotta check in with myself every day and to see where God is in all this. Where's God in all this? If you're scared about something, where's God? Because God doesn't hang out in the past or the future. He's only in the present. Come on, Benny. Come on, bud. You're trying to play, and I don't want to play right now. Come on, buddy. You want to play. You're trying to play, and I don't want to play. Good boy. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. I'm not worked up. I'm not worked up. I'm not worked up. I was worked up, but you were out there, so it's cool. It's cool, man. I'm good. When people find out they are just like everyone else, they don't like it. When we're all the same, when they figure out that we're all the same, because people want to feel special. People want to be important. That's all I ever wanted my whole entire life, is that one person that I was their favorite thing. That's why I can't ever date somebody that ever has kids. Because I think a mother's priority is their children and cultivating their children. And I know my personality, and I'm like, you need to do your job. And I want someone that their job can be, freaking attention, because I ain't never got it. Not too much. I actually don't even think that I could live with the person that I was, like, honestly. Like, if we, like, lived in different states, I'd be cool. Like, I'll see every now and again kind of thing. But as long as they're always there, I would be okay with it. There was a long time that I was like, no, I'd have to be with them every night. And I saw people that, one lady is like, most of her marriage, her husband was up on the North Slope in Alaska. And she was freaking holding down the freaking homestead wherever she was, in Louisiana or Nebraska or whatever, So, it's what you are. It's whatever fits for you, and it took me a long time. And that last relationship I was in, the woman had a son, and he was 25. But it was like, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not judging, but freaking cut the fucking apron strings, man. Cut the freaking, let him be a man. It's like a lot of men never act like men is because their mommies are still fucking taking care of them, and they're like in their 20s and almost 30s and shit like that. And I never fucking had anybody take care of me, not in any fucking age. I got pictures of me doing dishes when I was, like, standing on a chair doing dishes with a couple of white rats on my shoulder when I was 3-4. So, that's the thing, is people think I'm such a hard ass. I don't ask anybody to freaking, be any more self-supporting than I've ever learned how to be myself. I don't ask anybody to do anything or anything that I've never done myself. And when people are like, I don't know, I just don't got no patience for some freaking no vibey shit today. So just be emotionally self-supporting. That's all people gotta do. It's not fucking hard. Just tell yourself, I'm gonna be okay. And then go outside and do something to fucking support that. I'm not being any. People don't want to help themselves. It just freaking annoys me, man. I just don't. There's always something that can be done. People just stay in their crap. People create what they fear the most. Every day I try to stay in the present moment. Every single day. Because I'm really trying not to think about, like, because I have a wild imagination. I just think about things all the time. I have a wild imagination. I can. So if it's like, you know, but when it's related to my life, there's a lot of things that I thought of. I'm like, this would be the worst thing in the world if this ever happened. And sure as shit, it's like I freaking wrote it down in a book and then people read the script and then it made it happen. Because, I mean, there's a possibility for so many different ways for things to come out. So when we think about them, we make them real, whether they're good or bad. And the more that we sit in fear, the more that we are just freaking going to draw shit that we're afraid of. So I'm trying to retrain my body and my programming and from my body energy field of trauma and stuff like that, you know, because I'm gun shy. Because I done everything, you know, I was so in control of my life and I was so successful. And then when God said, nope, you're going on my path. I tried all this stuff, but everything I tried, it failed. Everything I did failed. Got turned down for near 100 jobs in Salem, Oregon. I'm unemployable because people just don't want to hire me. Because that's the reason why people don't get jobs, is because they don't want to work with that person. So that's 100, almost near 100 businesses, so I can't work. So okay, I guess I'll go someplace else where people want me around. I hope I can find that place. Because everything is a fucking clique. Towns are a clique, cities are a clique, organizations are a clique, the government's a fucking clique. It's all a clique. It's all who you know, who's in charge, how they feel that day. That's why all this, like, it pisses me off. I was reading a few of the Killery emails this morning, and it's like, oh yeah, have her send her resume over. You know, just let me, you know him? Oh yeah, that's cool. We'll just put him on, we'll just have him have him over to HR, put him in the system, have IT create, you know, and they don't put people through shit. They don't put people through shit. So you have all these government agencies, Social Security, you know, unemployment, all this shit, that they fucking like to put people through shit. But people that don't go through shit like to put people through shit. See? And the people that have, like, been down at the bottom, we see all this, how the systems are broken. They're like, no, it works fine. Because they don't use it. People that don't follow rules have no fucking business making rules and laws up. And you have a lot of pretentious freaking prima donna little bitches that are they're just rich freaking, they're name one person of poverty that is in the fucking Senate right now. One that has raised them up past the freaking poverty line and made shit about themselves. One. They don't exist. They're all put there to create cognitive dissonance and not help. The government is created, and then Donald comes in and says, y'all are liars. And he's been keeping track and taking receipts and remembering of who the shady Shadertons are. And he didn't live more into his ego. He is living more into his spirit. See? And for that we are grateful. Because he remembers who, and he's busting them all out. And then people like Jesse are coming up and they're freaking getting in his ear and they're like, yeah, and they're providing the proof. Because there's actual accounts of dates and times and these things, and travel is verifiable. So people want their truth. Sorry, Beno. People want their truth, you know. Are they ready for it? Are they ready for it? Your natal aspect. Neptune, today's natal Neptune in square with Venus. You prefer the simple, ordinary virtues and don't appreciate any form of overworldliness or escapism. Not the best time to read a book or take in a movie. I guess I won't watch. No, I'm going to finish The Alchemist. That's the thing. I'm a Heyoka. I do everything backwards. So when say, don't do this, that's when I usually leap. You know? I don't do things the way everybody else does. And people want me to. They force me to. And I'm always thinking of different ways to do it. And they're like, but this is how we've always done. Well, that's a stupid way to do it. But people don't want. I mean, I was a little kid that would freaking tow grown men, like, that would. I'm like, why don't you try this? Like, mechanically, like in maintenance. And they're like, they couldn't understand how I could freaking think the things that I could think and figure things out at such a, because I was already close to spirit. And I didn't let people say, no, that's not true. I didn't let people strip away my self-belief. I let my self-belief get small, but it never went away. I always beat to my own drum. I always have my own drum. I'd beat on it this way. I want to dance on a drum. I think that'd be fun to get a drum and dance on a drum. I want to dance on a drum. I think that would be rad. Gung 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 gung. Gung 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 gung. You know, a couple drums if they were just like in the ground, like one the size of a freaking. I could imagine, dancing on a drum the size of like a trampoline. Dun 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 dun. That'd be cool to me. So I got some screenshots today. My ant hole. I was listening to a talk by Jordan Maxwell last night, and he was doing a talk. I'll probably finish it maybe later today. The companion Bible, the authorized version of 1611. But see, even when I hear this, who's authorizing it? Says who? Everybody. My whole entire life, I've questioned, like, if someone comes in, they're like, I am a jerk. I am an asshole. I'm looking for the goodness in them. And if someone steps forward and they're like, I am wonderful and glorious and too good to be true, I'm like, where's their shadow? I'm looking at what their shadow is. I'm always looking at what people are trying so hard to hide. Because people hide shit. People have weird little freaking idiosyncrasies and stuff like. They just, what do you do? What do you do? I thought this was funny. This was a map that I pulled off of it's like a mock map of Omaha. Okay. And this side is Iowa. That's meth and casinos. That's all. Council Tucky is what they call it. Up here is where the jail was that I used to take meetings to. But if you look down here, it says Super Secret Club. Super Secret Club. No, because this is all this little area. They call it like Little Italy and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, it's right where the zoo is. Down there by the zoo. Right across from where the stockyards are. Oh, it's all being put together. Super Secret Club. Secret Club. And then there's other parts of it. It's like farmland for some reason. Servicemen that wish they were stationed elsewhere. Racist cops. More white folks. Old people and Mexicans live in this part of town. We got white trash here. We got yuppies here. I lived where the hipsters live when I lived there last. That's why I moved. Super Secret Club. I thought that was here. Still mad about Rosenblatt. That's a part of about town. And then you have all the homeless right downtown. It's pretty funny. You know? And it's made by people that live there. So it makes it even funnier. This guy right here, I went down this ant hole yesterday. Gene Mahoney. He looks like a real great guy, don't he? Yeah. Gene Mahoney. He died in 2004 when I lived there. Yeah, go down that anthole. Look up Gene Mahoney. There's an animal reserve in Ashland where I used to go to retreats at Mahoney State Park that he's named after. And also there's the Joy, another woman out there. They have a nice hotel. You go do the outdoor, like you have the more rustic means. You know, you have the outdoor obstacle course and stuff like that. It's all clubs and who you know, what gets you there. You know. So that Mahoney guy. Yeah, he was involved with the zoo too. And you know what's funny? If you read his story, his maybe I'll just share it a little bit. Gee, this guy's a scumbag, dude. He's a total freaking bro. They're all mobsters, man, and they all freaking make freaking veil companies and dealings and stuff. Like, for instance, the one that was in there was a video this morning I watched from history. Yeah, Ma. What do you need, Ma? What you need, Ma? Oh. Got you. I got you, Ma. I'll make some eggs in about 10 minutes. Nobody asked you to get up. It ain't that kind of party. Alright. Let me wrap this up. Ugh. Okay, it was by CTO Next Level News. Adrenochrome, adenodome is real. Hundreds of children saved, and it's like a 3-minute and 29-second little freaking video, and so I was watching that, and he mentioned this company, the CYM Corp. And it's located at 8833 62nd Drive in Rego Park, New York. Zip code. And it's the CEO's is Yi Min Chang. But you can't find anything about Yi Min Chang. You know. Alright. That was. See, did you hear Luna go snap? She was like, because she was sleeping in Mom's bed. This stuff works for dogs' ears. If you have dogs that have bad ears, this shit, I swear by it. And that is from a chick that watches my videos, and I will forever be grateful. I don't even know if she still does, but that is like, that's why I do this stuff, because I don't have all the answers for my own life. So I'm trying to find them. in a freaking a gal for it. So anyway, Luna's over there, and I heard her snap. So that tells me Benny's in there, because Tucker's in here sleeping, and Artie leaves her alone. He wouldn't have been in there, but Benny goes and he'll stand by the back door, and so that told me that Benny was back there. So they tell me when they have to go out. That's why I'm like, these people that don't let people live in houses because they have pets, it's like They're just telling you that they're scumbag pet owners. And then you don't want to live there anyway. Or that they hate animals. And people that hate animals are those people that recognize that animals read people's energy. It's the no vibration. It's not that they're like, oh, this person is evil. It's that this person doesn't have a vibration. And when people don't have vibration, they are capable of doing evil things. Because they don't have that little voice in their little angel on their shoulder that says, don't eat that kid's face. Don't frazzle drip that kid, HCR. Don't eat that kid. But they don't got it because they're like, I am the freaking whatever. And, you know, the power that, you know, all the glory and whatever. Because they think they're the freaking everything. And then frazzle drip. This is the world we get. So yeah, the CEO of the Yin Min chain, so it's like, and it's worth like billions of dollars. What does it say here? Yichen Main is, and then I found there's one listing that that was, you know, it's in good standing. Where is it said? It says, oh, CYM Corp. The CYM Corp is an entity registered at Queens Country with company number 288. 3424 SimCorp, located at the address 8833 67th North Drive, Retago, New York. Company is incorporated on March 15, 2013. CEO is that chain guy, and he's out of, you know, China. Yeah, they were. I remember when I was growing up, and they're like, all the boys aren't being allowed to. Or girls aren't being allowed to be born right now. It's only boys. So girls had to die. Yeah, but that doesn't happen. So I looked up entity, and entity is a thing with a distinct or independent existence. So the SimCorp is the one that they're supposed to be making all this juicy chrome. If you go watch their the video CTO earlier, and they have like different potencies because it's just like alcohol. It has your different proofs. It has all those things to put you in a state of elation that, you know, state puts you in that same state of elation. Only you get to keep your spirit goes to God instead of freaking Satan. So you want to say that the last participant. Oh, and then I went down an ant hole with based on an email from Megan Rouse to John Podesta, sent May 20th at 12/47/55 2010. Wonderful story. I heard a wonderful story last night praising Hillary Clinton for her work on behalf of children. It's fucking disgusting. And then he went on to say that one of the participants in the program, Alfred Perez, who is part of the original discussion with the First Lady, was invited to the... Okay, so let's look at Alfred Perez. Let's see what he's about. Oh, there's Alfred! Hi, Alfred. Does Alfred look okay? Does he look like a guy that is just... All I care about is the kids, and if the kids are safe, and it's all about the kids. Right? 800,000 go missing every year. These are the truths that are coming out, folks. Makes me not want to wear bow ties, but I wear bow ties. Alfred Perez, PhD. Guess where he's from? Want to guess? Want to guess? I'll give you Chicago. That's where he got his PhD. So you can go down to the school about who gave him Chicago, and then they have sister schools. See, because I worked at one, Creighton Jesuit University. It's a sister school. They had all kinds of freaking kids from Hawaii. They had a special arrangement from kids in Hawaii. You know, but if you go to Des Moines, which Creighton is right there by Des Moines, they never heard of Creighton. 2 hours away. So what does that tell you about recruitment and things like that? Well, I don't know. It depends on if you have the ability to get your line of thought to jump into another line of thought, or if you just oppose reality as truth and just take it on and, okay, they say it's true, so it must be true. It's in the interwebs. And they make up numbers. They're like, 50 million people listen to Rush Limbaugh. No, they didn't. There ain't 50 freaking million people that are freaking even know about Rush Limbaugh right now. So for people to, I don't buy this shit. They make up numbers. They inflate numbers like their ego. It's no. And no, there's not 7 billion people on this planet. There's not. There's not. There's not. And especially, like, I didn't even think Facebook is in China, can be in China. I thought they blocked it all out, but there's still freaking Chinese people that have Facebook profiles. How does that happen? Everything is bullshit until proven truth, and everything is truth until proven bullshit. That's kind of how I see it. But I mean, I know what bullshit feels like. I know what bullshit feels like. There's just a lot of people that haven't had like freaking like bullshit in their life, and that's really great that you've set up your lives and that you got to, your parents took care of you and you got to go to school every day without freaking worried about food and clothes and people making fun of you because you stink, because you don't have because all the stuff, people. It's cool you got a great life and you set it up nice, but the thing of it is we are spirits having a human experience, and everybody gets a chance to feel it all. Yeah. So all the people that have like been low, they're gonna get their opportunity if you've been living for God and just trying to do the next right thing and not harming people and being spiteful and doing all that low vibrational stuff out of fear and pain. Yeah, if you've been doing it different, then you're about to be handsomely rewarded right now. And if you're not, well, I don't know what to tell you. That's about all I got for now. I hope you have a rad day. Peace. Oh, I'm not gonna go. I didn't look in the talkie room. That'd be rude. Thanks for sending people over to me. I appreciate those folks. Happy birthday to your mom today, Frida May. Or 11/11. 10/11. Okay, but 11/11's a good day too. I can't. My stupid fingers. It's like, it's because the part of me that cares about what people think pisses me off when I have to go back and make corrections on spell check and stuff like that. It just drives me crazy. People's soup. Yeah, people's soup, right. I don't know what it was, but they you know what they said? They said it's because I was allergic to cats. I'm like, I'm not allergic. I was like 3, 2, 3, 4. Hi, don't drink the Kool-Aid. It's good to see you, homie. That's the thing, and it's so weird. It's because the Ahmad, you got it. Is because people are going to buy this narrative. People already are waiting for the evidence to support that she is who she is. It exists. They just didn't know it. Now it's going to exist to more people. So the wave of truth is already happening. So if you don't, all of us truthers and stuff, we're going to dive under the wave. We're going to dive under the wave. But we got to be here for when all the people come crashing down. Because there's going to be a lot of, and we can't, people can do whatever they want. We're autonomous. I can't come from a place of, I told you so. That's what you get. Because that's more of what they do. So I got to come from a place of, which ain't always easier for me. Let me help you get up, my brother. Let me help you get up, my sister. Let's dust you off. You've been through you've been through something kind of, you've been through a washing machine. So let's let you calibrate, get your bearings, and then we'll address what what's happening and go from there. So all the healing is to be had. Is Omaha Mr. C. Caniglia? You're mad about Rosenblatt? That's funny. But I know people that were freaking really mad about Rosenblatt, and that's the thing. Is like, what did they really do it? Because I think my personal opinion is College of the World Series and that whole college association, all that is all they got their ties, and I want to see, because that's the thing, is I got time, so I can look at, that's what I did yesterday. I was looking up the Omaha Zoo and who the contributors are to the zoo, and it's all they're all construction, and the Mahoney guy, that Gene Mahoney, he was a total fucking thug. He would go in and be like, get people to donate freaking huge, colossal amounts of money. And it's just like, what dirt do you have on them? Because people don't fucking give away billions of dollars out of the goodness of their heart. If they did, there would not be any poor people. They do it to freaking keep people's mouths closed, and they don't want them to know what they did and all that stuff. It's hush money. O.N. Gene Mahoney. Obit. They're all freaking, you know, they don't have regard for life, and they don't have freaking, see, and then there's Conagra Park downtown, too. See, all that's going away because all the big business is going back to Chicago. People are leaving Omaha because the fucking judge, the freaking mayor, she's an idiot. Jean, yeah, you're a fucking dumb bitch. You are, Jean, mayor of Omaha. You know, she was the lady that would, like, we would have a blizzard, not like a dusting, and then she wouldn't put out the de-icers in the trucks and stuff like that. And then there would be, like, 5 days that streets, neighborhoods, they're still, like, inches, like, 8-9 inches deep. It can't get out of their neighborhoods. So, like, private citizens are going through and clearing roads and stuff like that because she just wants to save some money on some it's all so they could, like, have wrecks and stuff like that and create revenue. It's all about money, and they don't care about people because there was an occasion, I think it was during the College World Series. There was a bad storm, and I was when there's a bad storm, I like there was an alley behind my house, and I was walking up the alley, and there was down branches and stuff, and the down branch was on a power wire, and I got, you know, and there was at an old man's house, and and it had actually caught fire the night before, but it didn't freaking light up, and it was the old man. He's like in his 80s, 90s. He can't even keep up the property, you know. He's just trying to feed himself and keep, you know, stuff like that. And so they didn't get trimmed, so it started a fire, and then it down, and so that was a potentially live wire right there, right? So I called the city, you know, hours. I'm talking like 6 hours. No, not 6. Probably 3. Probably 3 hours before a live, and there were kids playing in the backyard and stuff like that, and I let them know. But that's the thing, is it means more to them if there is people that are hurt that have to go to the hospital, because it's they don't care about people. They never have. They never have. So, and it's like, you know, it was just, it's all what people are doing instead of helping people. Yeah. Because helping people, it don't cost anything to help people. It don't. Frickin' Des Moines is just like a frickin', that's where my PA, my physician's assistant, that's where she went to school, in Des Moines. I got to go all the way to fucking West Linn. It's a 45-minute drive to West Linn, Oregon, to go to my PA. That's what last thing I said to her. I'm like, who the fuck goes to school in Des Moines on purpose? People that don't like to write letters, that don't like to say my dogs are service dogs, or that don't like to say things like my spine is causing my migraines. They just do whatever is in their job description, and then they just look for ways to make their job description less and less and less, but they get paid like $98,000 a year to do it. There's no spirit in that, so now there's hell to pay. Yes, I appreciate DDK for speaking his truth too, and I don't. And seeing the Nazi, the freaking. Okay, so what's going to happen? What do we think's going to happen? How's it going to go? Are new management going to come in and revamp the Twatter and the Snapnacks, the Instacrap and Facebutt? And are they going to relinquish control and allow people to freely post whatever they want, you know? Or are they just going to go away? And we're going to get new ones? Because how come MySpace didn't freaking erupt? I mean, MySpace I didn't really do much with MySpace. It was still cool, though. But then Facebutt came. And then it was like MySpace became obsolete. You know, humans want connection. They want connection. But this isn't the kind of connection that is going to get anybody anywhere, because people are acting, unless they're authentic beings, unless they're true authentic human beings, you're probably gonna get a grifter, someone that wants you to believe that there's some way, but they're trying to get something from you. So they're gonna make you believe that they are who you want them to be, and then they're gonna be like, there's gonna be that one day, hey, do you think you could? Oh, this is why, you know. So I like to be upfront why I have people in my life. I have people in my life because they make me feel good. I feel good when I'm with them, you know, that we laugh and we engage and it feels good, you know, and it's an equal balance. It's when there's one side that is just always taking, you know, it gets exhausting, and then people don't have energy for themselves, you know, but they want to fit in. I gave up a lot of myself for many years, and I guess I'm not willing to do it anymore. And I got to be mindful. It's like, choose your battles, Marge. Do you really want to go down that route? Do you really want to get pissy about that stuff, you know? Drop the rock. It's not worth it. Mom's always telling me, don't pick it up, you know? Just because someone's trying to make you mad, that doesn't mean that is the emotion that you necessarily have to land on and choose anger, you know? Just recognize that they're coming from a place that, you know, they're insecure about something, and maybe freaking try and relate to them from that and build from there. Feelings and emotions are just easier to stuff and stuff. We can't do it anymore because look at what's happened in the world. We just simply can't. So anyway, I gotta get Mom some breakfast. I'll be back later on. I hope you have a rad day. Peace.